Right, but that decision led to all the conflict we're currently seeing. And there could have been a different decision.
Yeah, conflict will always be there with them. Well, until I do expect these treaties to be done at some point in the future, to see all that happen. I don't know if it's now, in my lifetime or not, or in a different iteration. Maybe there are peace treaties now, but they get very short-lived, and then maybe in the future there are more long-lasting treaties. I just don't know, but I would expect them to live in peace, and they sort of started that and have been pushing for that, obviously.
I would like to thank Micah for offering so much leeway to Huddle in this talk.
Yeah, you're welcome, Huddle. What leeway was I offering? Oh, I was getting on Dave for saying that when he was being like, yeah, I think Hitler made some mistakes. And I was like what? And Dave's answer was, he was militarily too aggressive. Any other mistakes?
Can I suggest the mistake he made?
Every morning I
He
wake
chose
up
not
to
to
a new
remain in the
headline
Arctic.
about me.
That was a big
I
thing.
have comedians dressing up
Well,
in
they kicked him
whiteface.
out.
I have
That
people
actually
saying
wasn't
I'm
his
not
decision.
fit to be
My
CEO,
biggest problem
and I
with
have
Hitler
Candace
is
Owens
he was
claiming I
vegetarian.
murdered my
Right,
husband.
that is one of the biggest problems.
Shut it down. It didn't. It reloaded the gun. And now it's resting and
By the way,
Candace Owens.
it's
Two
good, Dave, when you're going to have a
cannot
sensitive
stand
conversation
are
about
occupying
anti-Semitism,
the
that you
exact
not
same
invoke
space.
Hitler to
That's not
start
a
the
coincidence.
conversation.
That's a collapse.
Usually that helps.
Well, it all stems from that, right? Like,
I have observed it helps when you don't invoke
So
Hitler.
in 1938 Germany kind of stayed the same, right? And he didn't decide to go to war with everybody. He maybe could have done a lot of good for Germany and didn't start like this idea that he was exterminating Jews. I don't really agree with, but maybe he could have, found over more time places for them to go or reintegrated them to some degree. Right? The Jewish people. But like, if he didn't
Excuse
go
me,
to
can you
war,
rap? Are you an artist?
so many of them wouldn't have died and starved.
Excuse me, can you rap? Are you an artist? What's your artist name? Can you freestyle? Well, the last person to freestyle got 30 million views. You think you could beat it?
Personally, I've always liked Jews. I have many friends that are Jews. And I feel like if I feel like commenting on the group that is Jews, I will. You know what I mean? Because I don't have any malice in my heart.
I've never had any malice in my heart towards.
That's how I feel about black people. I feel that way about black people too, or white people, or Indians, or Mexicans, or whoever. I will comment on anyone because I truly have no hatred in my heart for any group.
Excuse me?
But you also gotta note, I like gays. You also gotta note that these topics are sensitive every time you frame them up. You really don't have to know that. Well, you do. If you want to have a productive conversation, you do. You have to remember that the role that White Daddy plays is we make you all get along. That's our role. It's a very thankless job, by the way. But we do it because we're cocked. That's our thing. That's our thing.
You can put God's word.
That's our thing. We're cocked. What's your thing? Yeah. You guys got things, we got things. We all got stuff.
That's awesome. Isn't that cool? That's awesome. Isn't that cool? That's awesome. Isn't that cool? That's awesome. Isn't that cool?
By the way, I am currently mad at the Jews. Because I gotta take my wife's diamond necklace to get a new clasp, and they're not open yet. So what the hell? You know what I mean? I got beef with them too. Open up. Try and get this fucking diamond clasp replaced. I gotta go wait 30 minutes.
Bro, that's a tombstone.
Yeah, bro. Shit on the West Coast doesn't. People are lazy on the West Coast too. They don't even open their business until 10. You know.
I've noticed that. That's kind of a European thing. I don't like that. You gotta be
I know.
on
Vegas is generally pretty good about it because we're the city that doesn't sleep. You know, so there's a lot of 24/7 stuff.
Although I will say, what's quite entertaining from my perspective in this whole world and others too, is like you basically said exactly what Dave said, except when Dave says it, people are cunts. And when you say it, they just shut the fuck up. Which I kind of find quite appreciate. We're very different.
Do you see what this is, okay?
What was the core difference between what me and Dave were saying?
What you're doing is you're
Well,
trying
you're
to arrest
basically zero
from
defending
internal
Hitler.
affairs. Doing an
Yes, I don't often defend Hitler.
How do you think that report is going to
My family is German, but we fought on the American side of the war. You know.
You also
won't
did
believe it, but you
Did I defend Hitler? Please explain to me. Please explain to me how I defended Hitler, Micah.
Hitler was made a couple of mistakes. Mostly being too aggressive.
Do you not think that's...
normal.
Okay.
Necessarily
Yeah, I mean, that's not how I would characterize his biggest mistakes.
I view Hitler as something.
I word
Okay.
I word his killing of people differently than you do. I am supporting him.
Yeah, I mean, Andrew's right. It's staying on support, but normalizing or justifying. And I also think, I think.
Please explain to me how I normalized or justified what he did.
Well, you said it wasn't extermination camps. You said the same things were concentration camps are happening for 1 million Germans, which by justification to do that. So.
Not justification. It's not justification. It's showing that it wasn't totally one-sided and that there was anger from one side towards the other, which I am not saying is even the right response. I'm just talking about actual things that happened.
Yeah, well, I think overall,
Phoenix and
you're carrying the water or normalizing or whatever.
You've been asked for to explain how he did it, right? Like you just basically heard him out and then said, "Well, in your retarded way," and then continued saying the same shit. Like it doesn't work like that.
is going to provide that explanation that will be accepted and will be satisfactory. You literally,
I mean, that might be a point.
you literally need to take his communication, tunnel communication, feed it into AI, and ask it that question, and it'll precisely identify the methods and reasons why it elicits that kind of a reaction in listeners.
Yeah,
There's the only fair way to do that.
for the record, it was two completely different things that you guys said.
I missed the beginning of Dave's thing, so I don't know how they were done.
I don't know.
But
It's like
They were not the same.
it's like
They were not the same and worded like you guys weren't in agreement in that sense.
this must be
Right.
a woman's record because in the male record it was sounded the same.
You know how
But it might
British
be
likes to
different words.
incite.
British likes to stir the pot,
I
yeah.
disagree, British.
Well, I'm also asking for was different and not given anything.
I do think
it's not very good.
something I'm not, like, we shouldn't be normalizing Hitler. I don't even know. These are, like, we're in a bit of a struggle session here with this, for whatever reason. But when you read Rise and Fall of the Third Reich, like, Bill Byron, who wrote the book, and everybody else of his generation felt that there was just something uniquely, there was something about the German mind that was uniquely susceptible to this sort of takeover mechanism. And that Hitler had been able to take over the German, right? And that this is why Nazi Germany had occurred. And what I think we know now, or people are beginning to suspect, is that there is nothing unique about the German mind other than they happen to be extremely efficient and, capable of warfare. I mean, that is something unique about them. But that they're not the only people on Earth who are capable of takeover, and not the only Western people that are capable of takeover, and that everybody's capable of takeover. So it makes it so that you should view what Hitler did, like, 1-to-1, try and get to the closest reality of who Hitler was, so that you can study and understand how he was able to take over a civilized nation like Germany. And then there are many answers for that, some of which is the Treaty of Versailles, some of which external factors, right? But there is something internal to the psyche of the nation for how Hitler was able to operate, and that is worth studying and documenting. And the reason why it's worth studying and documenting is so that you can prevent a Hitler. That's the whole point, right? So, like, I don't know what was said, but if the point is like we should have another Hitler, then that's no good. But if the point is we should pay attention to Hitler so we can prevent another Hitler,
It was quite explicit in that I think that it's important to understand what happened, because it looks like we're heading towards something like that again,
we are.
and we don't want that.
So that sounds to me like you were saying the same thing that I
That was
just
exactly Dave's point. These people are being retarded.
but clunkily maybe.
Well, he said it in his Canadian retarded way.
Well, because the reason I'm saying clunky is not as a put down to Dave, but just that it seems that nobody else in the room heard it that way.
They chose not to
Except
hear
for
it that way.
British.
I heard it that way.
But
And I also
But
got
also-
attacked as well. We're asking
but also, all Zach has a history of being hypersensitized to this stuff, where he'll hear dog whistles that like other people won't hear, and then he's convinced that someone's dog whistling, and it's like, can't we just assume they said what they said? And he's like, no, this is a
That literally
trope that
is
they-
exactly not just Zach. They did the same thing to me when I asked the question, like, you guys been to the camps?
I think I understand where Zach is coming from, because I believe Zach's grandfather was in a camp, So that would create a hypersensitivity in
So was
most
my
people.
grandfather. He was just in the towers.
Andrew says Zach was just
It's in the tower, yeah.
That's what we were trying to say, that some of us do have family and have first account, that we're not just reading from this stuff.
Yeah, but
By the way-
saying you had family that lived it just says
No, I
that
was
you
talking
can't
to
have
Rob.
an impartial.
I was
No,
addressing.
okay.
The Nazi thing, by the way, is not categorically a right-wing or fascist phenomenon. It can take over anywhere at any time. Like, during COVID, I mean, people were literally COVID Nazis. Like, your neighbors were trying to turn you in. People were trying to other you. People were trying to put the unvaccinated in camps.
So I'm gonna.
It got prevented, but that was all just Nazi shit.
The way Dave
Oh,
was saying,
I'm gonna-
I heard it, was that they were trying to get rid of the Jews but not kill them. And that they were starved, and it was sort of because there was just an issue with food not getting to them. It wasn't it was more like accidental. That's the way I heard it. That Dave was saying that they didn't mean to kill the Jews.
Yeah, like in the same way that all these Karens and government people say no one forced you to take the cloth shot, and now hundreds of thousands of people have died from consequences of it, and they go, well, no one, like that was.
Let's stick. Anyway, I gotta get
Well, Dave, do you believe that there was, just to be explicit, do you believe there was any mechanized killing of the Jews?
Yes.
Right. Okay.
And
Oh, I'm
Soviet.
telling you, they said the same shit. I'm not trolling, and I again, I got attacked for asking a question as well. It's just the sensitivities in this fucking room. This is about this one
It's a
topic.
sensitive.
I get
it's
it,
a sensitive
100%.
conversation.
I get it,
You know?
but it's like it's the same dog whistling that you guys were just talking
That's
about.
interesting. It was Andrew, Micah, a lot of us.
And I think one of my points is
Only one side's allowed to be sensitive about it too. I feel like.
well,
Or did you
at
go
no
to
point.
family members'
Yeah,
place?
exactly.
No problems repeating myself. It was not the same thing.
Sorry, Grace. What was your question?
Humanity always wants to reach for a dictator because it's easy, you know? It's the easy answer to so many things, but then it creates this whole other host of problems that are like harder to solve. So you try and use this easy answer to solve like this whole host of problems your society is experiencing, and with it comes more problems that are even more intractable. And that's why you don't want a dictator.
That same laziness is why democracies tend to end up as dictators.
Yeah, that's true too.
I have a slight disagreement on in the sense that dictatorships tend to be shitty or devolve. I do believe in the populations with different IQs can only achieve certain levels of consensus formation. And so if you are on an island of retards, literally having one guy be a dictator is the most cohesive form of society that you can have.
El Salvador is working out very well, yeah.
And the problem with that is when you have a society with vastly different IQ groups, is that the retards in America are right that the only thing they can do is have a dictator because that's who they need to rule over them.
Yeah.
And I think the problem is when you have when America was hyper monoethnic and it had a very tight IQ distribution, and so you could have cohesive desires for how to rule over that. But when you have like bimodal distributions of intelligence, you get like two functionally different societies that need to exist in the same way.
Yeah, that's true. Well, it's like the concept we've talked about where like we could run Ancapistan if everybody was 135 IQ base libertarian, you know? Like we could run it perfectly well, but that's not going to happen anytime soon. Also, the reason, even if you started a society that was full of 135 IQ based libertarians, every single 135 IQ would be like, I don't want to till the soil. Fucking get some dumbs in here to do it, you know? So then pretty soon you have a stratified society yet again.
I don't know about that. I mean, robots and slaves are pretty good.
If you got robots, then maybe you can do Ancapistan, but without robots, probably not.
The South mechanized one who got rid of slaves, right?
Wait, what happened?
Just like we get rid of slaves, like the Industrial Revolution happened because we got rid of slavery. I would say that.
You're actually exactly the opposite. It was the cotton
Okay.
that
Yeah.
the need of, or I guess I shouldn't say need, but the
that is
economic
one-
viability of slavery.
That is one piece of technology, but in aggregate, no, I do about the cotton gin as an example of one technology. But you get rid of whatever.
There's a belief that if the South had lost the Civil War, that they would have fallen to communism, you know? And I think that might have been true. Or, sorry, had won the Civil War.
I'm trying to engage in this conversation, and every 60 seconds I miss my elevator. So,
It's all good. That, you know, like a pre-agrarian, like, newly industrialized South would have become commie. And that definitely could have happened. I just passed a car, and on it, it says, like in letters, it says, dog ass. I'm not joking. Why it says dog ass on this car, I don't know. But it was like, it's like a vinyl wrap. But it doesn't look like it's like advertising like a dog grooming service. It's just like, it just says dog ass. Why? I have no idea.
Just go ask dog. Anyway, oh, you seen the new Ferrari?
Yeah.
AKA the gay Rari.
Is it one of their hybrids? New hybrids?
It's $600,000 and it looks like a $30,000 Nissan.
Rob, it looks like a Hyundai.
It's Johnny Ives.
Wow. You said it's full electric?
Oh my god, look at
Gay
it.
Rari.
The
It's called the
interior
Blue
looks
Jay.
sick.
Luce.
Oh my god, this looks like shit.
It's a
What
Hyundai,
the
bro.
fuck is this?
The previous CEO of Ferrari was like, I can't give my comments on that car because I'll hurt Ferrari.
Bro. This is a fucking disaster for the brand.
At least the Chinese won't copy
It's
this.
over, bro. Yeah, that's true.
Bro, Ferrari shares plunged 5%. They should have been down 50%. This is
Yeah.
the fucking ugliest. Holy shit, this is ugly.
They went, whoa.
What? Who the fuck at Ferrari thought this was? This is. Oh my god!
They must have hired a black, I'll tell you that much.
It looks like a Nissan Leaf, dude.
It was Johnny Ives.
It was actually an American, yeah.
Ugh.
I don't know, see Johnny Ives.
What the fuck? This is offensive, dude.
I get it, bro. Let it out. I have to let it out.
I'm not like.
Johnny
I was not
Ives-
expecting to have this reaction.
He didn't do the outside.
Ugh.
Did do the outside a little also.
What
It's
the
not American.
fuck is this fucking car? I'm glad to know that the Italians are as disgusted as we are. They're furious
Oh,
about this
they're
over
fucking
here.
rage.
Oh, this makes me never want to buy anything that says Ferrari on it.
You know, Porsche actually went EV, right? And they did the Taycan and the new Macan. But the cars actually look good.
Yeah, they're good looking cars. They look like Porsches.
Yeah, if you put a fucking, proper in them, they'd be awesome. But this looks like a fucking Hyundai.
Bro, I just want to throw up in my mouth. I wouldn't even, dude. If you tried to sell me this car for $15,000, I wouldn't buy it.
Well, to get an allocation to the good cars, I have to buy it. So, they don't have
That's
no
the
trouble
crazy
selling
part.
this.
Didn't read the book. It's not like that was a reference for the book. Wasn't I learned this book has taught me that. This book was to supplement my initial statement of people already know learn and they're like you said something beautifully. You said I lived it. People lived experiences, right? Throughout just not just here, but even through like everyday life. They learn how to naturally people start to deter from that. When, for example, I grew up like Israelite in Philadelphia, or black Jew in Philadelphia. I grew up thinking Israel was the Mecca. So I went over there with birthright.
I'm
I realized I didn't speak, but never right. And so you're right. Experiences does change what you look at. But listen. No, that's the story for another day. I mean, they saw me like a nigga. I was trying to be nice, but it was bad. It was hard. It was actually it was like no, but that's not the point. That's not the point. The point is, you can back on me. We can talk about that. But to tell people that think the they need to be trained or manipulate them. If you try to train them to what they see, not what their eyes can see, because they're natural reactive. They already learned how to do that. They already learned the influence of discernment. That's how you go when you go look at a car. You look at the price. You go, oh man, this is fancy. I'm gonna get this because influence of price is good. But we already do that all the time. We're shorthanding everything as we go along because that's what we naturally do. So it's unfair to tell grown adults who've lived their life and gained experiences to go, oh, well, you gotta be taught this. No, that's called manipulation.
And he's manipulating you right now, optimistic, and you can't even see it. You can't even see the subtle.
Sweet. I'm a grown ass man. Nobody's manipulating me.
Let me talk, bro.
Calm down. No. Calm down. Like, what are you doing? We have a good conversation.
Sweet. Look at me. Rub the whole day
It's
on
my
stage.
turn, bro.
No, calm down.
Your emotions are manipulating.
I know Sweet.
When you're an emotional person, you
Mute your mic.
Okay, we're not gonna have a conversation about their conversation. If you want to add to the conversation, it's all good.
Yeah, I like that.
All right, and real quick, let me say this real quick. Shout out to Black Rabbi. And shout out to, was that Optimistic? Yeah, I definitely align with you. We do have a natural ability to tell when we're being manipulated or when a certain agenda is being. And I think some people believe that they don't have that ability, and they're gonna play on that and say, "Oh yeah, we can just push this on you, and you're gonna accept it." These are conversations that happen at everybody's dinner table. That's shout out to my family. We like to eat together. We have these discussions, and we know when we're trying to be hoodwinked. We know when we're being lied to. We know when media is being manipulated, and this has been going on long before the term fake news came about. So with that, I'll land. Sweet, go ahead if you want to add on, but please don't do what you just did, because you see what you did. All right.
It wasn't his fault, bro. That was a great point that he was making.
Oh, you think your free funding comes from trees? You don't have to become more efficient and stop with your propaganda operation.
In fact, they say the smarter you are, the easier it is for con men to con you because you're so confident in your ability to detect the con. That's actually a study. So it wasn't wrong what Sweet said. He should be allowed to elaborate on his point, and somebody shouldn't take it personally because they didn't like the sound of it.
He said you. No, first of all.
You're underwater, Optimist. We're gonna pass it to Sweet. Sweet, go ahead.
It's very simple.
Underwater. Oh, all right.
Sweet made another great point. Being emotional is another way that you can easily get manipulated. People pressing your fucking flesh button.
Optimistic, you are underwater. Optimistic, you got a bad signal. I know you want to respond, but your signal is bad right now. Sweet, you're off mute. You want to go? All right, Sweet, we can't hear you if you ask. Something I learned yesterday. If you come on the app and 1 second, I'm trying to help the people out because this is something I've experienced and other people may have. You don't got to tell me when to go ahead. If you come on the app and the rooms are muted, unmute the room before you come in because it will fuck your shit up. All right, go ahead, whoever wants to go.
Yeah, optimistic. Stay optimistic, bro. While you're on here, get your internet together. Divine, stop going to hell with your bullshit, talking shit, just because they gave you a green bean. I don't know who gave you some muscle in the room, but that's a fuck up right there.
Where you at? Where you at? Okay, you could go. Yeah, thank you. I didn't even have to see.
I gotta stop this bullshit ordering over people, yo. Just because y'all sensitive, y'all got he was right about that shit, man. Y'all like to flex on people all the time. What's wrong with y'all?
It's not
What's wrong? What do you need out of life that you gotta come here and do that bullshit?
One mic.
What do you need out of life you gotta come here and do that bullshit?
One mic. I was moderating the space and he didn't like it. Okay?
Yeah, you talk greasy to him for no fucking reason. You don't like being talked greasy to. Why are you talking greasy to him?
I did never talk greasy to him. He's in his feelings. I didn't say shit to Totem Pole. So I don't know what you're talking about. See? And I didn't touch you. I got people that got my back. They will shoot you before I even put my hand on my gun. Y'all gotta chill.
Is that emotional max before?
Emotion maxing.
We all moderate. We all come in here and we take turns. I could tell when Patty, the First Lady, and TT need a break, and so I'll jump in. The same thing as BWA. The same thing as any other mod. I'm not tripping.
You gotta own your bullshit, bro. You told him shut the fuck up. You told him shut the fuck up.
Because he said something.
So that's fucking greedy.
I never came. He came out the gate attacking me. He came out the gate attacking me. I didn't do that, man. Move the conversation, bro. What's wrong with you, Concrete? We never had no problem, bro. Relax. And I didn't touch you. I'm gonna bring you back up. Let's discuss the topic and not attack each other. Go ahead, bro.
Why is Concrete so sensitive today?
Stop letting that shit go to your head, bro. We're all human beings.
You're right. You're right. Go ahead, brother. You're right. Go ahead.
Concrete, what's going on today, man? Like,
What's going on?
you know how this works, man. People.
What's going on?
What's going on? It happened to you too. You over here sucking dick for it.
Oh
That's crazy.
shit!
But nigga.
Oh shit!
Okay, that's pretty sus. So concrete, man. You already know what to do, man. It's this ain't.
Move on, bro.
But who complains about moderation?
All right, so you want to talk about it? You want to talk about it? You like being treated like shit? You like being treated like shit as a grown ass man? Another grown man talking like you a bitch? You like that shit? Your father taught you how to act like that? Your father didn't teach you to stand up for yourself?
The topic is let's go.
Well, according to Black Rabbi, I never had a father, so I don't know.
Propaganda, let's go. We've all been propagandized.
Hello? Hello?
And
Hello?
here you go. Why you had to say
Hello?
that? See? I'm gonna continue to do what I did
Hello?
to Queenie, so I have the patience of Joe. I got a lot of kicks. So again, propaganda.
I got the patience of Hulk.
We gotta be patient with each other, man. Come on, we're on the app. We're having a good day. It's a day off for some of us. Let's just continue the conversation. We left off with propaganda. We left off with discernment to be able to recognize propaganda. Some of us have the ability to do it, and yes, some of us don't. So with that,
That's what I said.
Happy Clubhouse anniversary.
I appreciate it. I've been holding it down while you were talking.
No, you weren't.
And I didn't touch you. I got people that got
Trying to keep
And
these
he has
fellas.
been a terrorist. This is
You gotta
his
chill.
anniversary, and he has been a terrorist. He's been on this stuff. Hello? And I just want y'all to know that this further proves my theory that it was the 2021ers.
All come in here and we take turns. I can tell.
Is it domestic or international terrorist?
Wait a minute, she said Android. Who likes green text? I don't know anybody that likes green text.
Which one is he, Pat? Penny?
Like the green text is like Texas.
We never had no problem, bro. Relax. And I didn't touch you. I'm gonna bring you back up. Let's discuss the topic.
2021, this was like a university. In 2021, we were so amicable. Thank you so much for letting us stay. I've been listening for a while now, and I've gathered stuff in my own. Thank you for allowing me to speak.
If you were allowed to speak, Penny.
Oh, shit. You had to stand on business. You had and share your
concrete, man. You already know what to do, man. It's
respectfully disrespectful. I don't give a damn. I'm just saying when I can see these blue pills, y'all niggas that
Oh my God, you're accepting that that's how you argue? That's that's what you believe. Is this true?
Sometimes you just gotta go with the gut.
Don't believe it, First Lady.
No, you just say, well, you know what? Thank you, Mel. You just say, that's your opinion, but that's not who I am.
But she knows I'm a champ.
Wait a minute, do not interrupt my brother Concrete. Go ahead.
We love you, Concrete. You know we love
We
you.
love you.
Same
Yeah.
here, same here.
We're here for you, brother.
Y'all niggas be niggas sometimes. I'm not gonna lie.
What kind of
Don't interrupt him. Don't interrupt him, Devon.
Listen,
Go ahead, Concrete.
so I'll explain it since people don't understand. You can apologize. You can be believing what you say and not how you said it. So I believe in everything that I said. I think that I could have said it in a much more sarcastic manner. I didn't have to lean into my bigotry. Right? So whoever didn't understand that nuance, I hope you've been educated. Apologize and still hold to what you were believing.
Concrete, is that your morning? Is that your unbrushed teeth voice? It sounds like you woke up like
There goes this black queen. There goes this black queen constantly disrespecting me.
What's going on?
I don't understand why.
He's pulling his hair.
All I want to do is have a good, clean, better relationship and she keep showing up.
So you did
You're
not.
supposed to be loving on him. What's going on?
And I think that's what happens to the green bean. The green bean is just like the society where Shaniqua say, I'm going to call the police on you. You're like, what? Yeah, I'm gonna take you to child support. I'm going to call the police. You're like, what the hell? She got all the power and she lorded it over. That hurts. It hurts.
So, but wait a minute. But I think they came from you disappeared right when we were getting ready to have a conversation with you.
Yeah, why you think I left?
No.
I can't even be a man in my own house. I gotta leave. No. What the hell? I'm not gonna be chastised
She wasn't
in the meta house that I pay for?
She wasn't
The meta mortgage I pay for?
She wasn't chastising you last night. You just left.
First lady, I know what happened. You might look. You her sister or her auntie or her mama, and I don't trust either one of you. I know it's y'all against me. I know it's y'all against me. Y'all don't care about the house. Y'all don't care about the kids.
That's not true.
Y'all just want that upper hand. We know how it goes.
And I agree, and I'm trying to help you achieve that, sir. But you refuse my help. You refuse my help. Anyway.
I always bring you up. I fight for you. It's all right. I accept the apology. And yeah, I want us to have great conversations. I did pull something up because this topic interests me. The whole internet, and we're talking about mind manipulation. And Ali said they have internet locally. El Nomo says no, they had none at all. The government shut it down. People are saying that. Some people were pushing back. No, it wasn't the government. When I read that it was restored by the powers that be. I think it's a very interesting topic. It says something here. The internet is a tool of cyber sovereignty and authoritarian control. So that's powerful right there. And that's what I wanted to add to try to put the train back on the track. If y'all done with the topic, I'm fine with that as well. But I just don't want to spite. Let's have a nice day, guys.
Let's talk about legally lying.
There's a ton out there about what's going on with the shutdown internet in Iran, by the way. There's a lot of information available out there. They have the tightest control, I think, of any country on the planet over the internet, and they shut it down.
North Korea has the tightest.
Well, no, you're right. That's a good point. North Korea, that's a good point. Yeah, I hadn't even thinking about them. They're so isolated from the rest of the world. But again, we're talking now about the darkest and most isolated totalitarian nightmares on the planet. So you got Korea up there near number one and Iran up there near number one as well.
You're not talking about Israel, bro. Why you don't want to bring up Israel in that conversation about legally lying? Why you don't want to bring that in, Normal?
Conversation, right? Because you know I got to go in here with him.
I'm just saying they want to talk about Taiwan and everybody else, but he knows a little bit about it.
We're talking about the country with whom we're at war right now. With our
who's at war with Iran, Israel, and America. Israel,
America.
yeah. Israel.
Well, not America? Wait a second, I'm confused now.
Oh, is Iran America? Is Iran America? Is Iran America? Is Iran America? Is Nigeria America? Is Iran America?
What?
Is Iran America?
Is Nigeria America?
Yeah, yeah. Is Mexico America?
What?
What?
Hello?
Is Iran America? You said is America.
Hello?
And to say that's an automatic, they are the same. So is Iran America? What?
Can anybody translate this into English, please?
You're asking your question.
Hello?
It causes confusion. Israel is America.
Don't crack your ass up, Normal.
What's your problem, concrete?
Tired of your fucking racism.
Guess what, Normal? I looked it up. The number one country. So I looked it up, Normal, for most restricted. It's North Korea, number 1, China, number 2, Iran, number 3, Russia, number 4.
Internet, right? I'll buy that. That sounds right.
Yo, they used to have a sign that say, no Jews, no dogs. And here goes El Normal pretending he's a white man and being condescending to this black man.
Nigeria, number 4.
That's what he do. He think he got it right because he married into the Tupac family. Ain't that right, Normal?
You think I married a baby support Tupac's mama?
No, tell us the actual facts. Set it straight. What's your connection to the Tupac family? What's your connection?
Wait, what's going on with y'all?
What's dropping out of school got to do with your history with Tupac?
Did you take your pills this morning?
Who you asking?
Hello?
Everybody that
Hello?
went from there to you married to Tupac's mama.
He's a little jealous. I don't blame him.
I ain't jealous. He just wanted to usurp the black experience like a lot of him and his partners like to try to do.
That's the old
Right. That's who you are, bro.
What would you like to know about Tupac?
Nobody's fascinated. I know what I'm listening to.
They were just talking about that.
Him and Black Messiah trying to act like they got some black love. That's what I'm exposed. I'm no longer breathing.
Fahey's emails. Would you like to hear some of them?
No, hell no. I want you to tell us your connection to Tupac. Why you running from your connection, man?
I'm not. We brought it up like 3 times.
What is it? Let's set the record straight. Set the record straight.
Hold on, sweet. We're not talking about fucking Tupac, man.
Okay. Yeah, you don't want to talk about that. Let's get back to Israel and telling lies. And legally, how you can tell lies.
They were talking about the internet. Who had the most concealed internet? He said North Korea and Iran right now.
Great.
And China.
Great.
I think China's a little more open, though.
No, it says China is number 2.
I know. But I know people go back and forth to China, and they let you have a VPN.
That's only for certain countries, and then they're really strict on that as well.
See how you try to divert to China?
We were talking about lies, though.
Yeah, we were, bro. Propaganda. Yeah, we were. Black Messiah, the whole point about, misdirection and all of that, and not sharing full pictures, bro. Focus on the conversation and put the beat dog down. Bro, we were talking about misdirection and not showing the whole picture, bro. And lies is related to that. Stay focused, man. I know it's a bit of a stretch for you. And so, and about how Iran ain't got no monopoly on that. Israel has a whole thing about how they deal with goings and legally lying. So I'm saying,
Israel. You're not having trouble. Okay, let me tell you. Israel is not Iran. Did you not realize that?
Bro, see this dude?
You didn't get it?
Listen, Israel, America, Iran. Okay. Deception.
So we got
images they don't want to let out to the world via the internet.
China, and Iran.
Now you're throwing North Korea and China. See how he's like to deflect? See how he been trained well to deflect? He can't let that get in there.
From the Iranian internet?
Bro,
that's
talking about
what you're concerned about?
We're talking about America being drawn into this war.
Internet.
We're talking about Israel, America, and Iran, bro.
We were talking about
being drawn in.
Shutting down the internet in Iran.
Hold on.
That relates to this deception conversation.
Hold on. Stop saying what we're talking about. Say what you want to say.
Okay, I'm saying it again. So, what the reality is of the deception and the lies and the propaganda and getting people thinking something's going on when there's something else going on, and how legally it's embedded in these cultures we're talking about
why and when and how is necessary to legally lie. Yeah, so without that in the conversation, well, we don't have no real meat and potatoes about understanding how what images do get let out and how, like Patty was saying, how you control the internet and different things that you let out. Because that's called war. That's called strategy. That's called the perception matters. Absolutely around the rest of the world, because when you're doing some underhanded stuff, you definitely got to have a whole department on what images you let get out and how you spin the story all the time. And how, oh yeah, we winning, oh yeah, we winning, and all of that. Oh, they can't do this. And then all of a sudden, America's drawn into something, and then it's like, oh damn, how the hell do we get out of this? And that's why it's very important to understand the history of deception and the history of lies and legally coming into other countries and doing all kind of stuff and manipulating a whole group of people, pressing up next to other people with all that deceptiveness, acting like you give a damn about them, and you really, 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 really could give a damn about them. Yeah. That's how that relates to you.
Sorry, that didn't make any sense.
It's not true. It makes perfect sense. Do you want me to explain what he said?
No. So Iran wants to be free. Iran slaughtered about 40,000 of its own people and shut down the internet. America attacked Iran because of its nuclear weapons program, its ballistic missiles program, its sponsorship of terror around the region, and its slaughter of its own people. Those are facts. Now, which fact among those would you like to discuss? Pick one, and we can talk about it.
40,000 from? Because it keeps changing.
It's the same talking point, man.
We got that from American media.
15, 20,
that's why we went to war over there, huh? That was a strategic smart move.
That's one of 4 reasons.
That's a strategic smart move that got us into this BS. Israel gonna save.
The IAEA and Trump's own Security Council said that there's no proof that Iran was pursuing a nuclear weapon.
Well, that's absolutely false. They enriched their uranium, listen carefully, to 60%.
60% enriched uranium is not a nuclear weapon.
So there is no civilian use for uranium enriched to 60%.
Why?
It is only, there is
Why
no...
did they enrich to 60%?
Because they're building a nuclear weapon.
No,
we have the plans.
No.
We have the plans. We stole their plans. The IAEA has them.
Who's the we?
Hang on.
Who's the we?
Wait, and Israel and the IAEA.
They enriched to 60% because Trump pulled us out of the JOCP.
And therefore they want to make a nuclear weapon.
No, therefore they thumbed their nose at Trump. They specifically said they did it because they were like, if you pull out of this, we're gonna go to 60%.
For what reason? Wait, for what reason?
To show that they could.
Oh, so in other words, they don't have a plan to make a nuclear weapon, but they've got 3 nuclear weapon sites in Natanz, and Fordo, right?
According to the U.S. Security Council, they don't.
Yes, incorrect, what you just said. Not only that, Trump tore up the deal because they violated the deal.
No,
how did we know? Because, well, we have the records of it, and the IAEA agrees. They did not allow inspections. They had secret nuclear sites that they had not declared.
They followed it completely. They allowed inspections. You know who doesn't allow inspections?
That's not what the IAEA said. They did not allow them in. We stole the plans for their nuclear weapons, and we found that they had secret sites. So Fordo, Natanz, and Isfahan did not allow the inspectors in.
You're talking about 2003.
No, I'm talking about 2018 when Trump was in office.
No. So that wasn't a secret site. They dug deeper holes. And that was after he got rid of the JCPOA.
No, before.
It was after they got rid of the JCPOA. It started in 2018. It was found in 2012. Bro.
This is not accurate. What you're saying is not accurate. Their program started in 2003. We stole the plans in 2018. They did not allow the IAEA in to inspect. They still haven't. That's part of the promotion deal.
was after the JCPOA was war, huh?
Oh, we tore it up after we got their nuclear plans.
No, that's not what happened, bro. You gotta stop
We're
this.
gonna keep interrupting you.
That was after the JCPOA.
Yeah,
That was
according to everything I'm finding, they didn't start violating the JCPOA until after 2018.
So there was some infractions during the JCPOA. But as soon as there were infractions were found, they fixed it immediately. That tunnel that he's talking about, or a deeper tunnel that they were trying to build, started building after 2018, and we found out about it in 2020. He's not being honest. Now, if he was talking about 2000, I'm on board with him on that. 2001, they tried to help us in Afghanistan. They wanted sanctions lifted. They wanted to be friendly with the U.S. Then we find out they're fucking doing secret shit in 2002, and we cut their ass off in 2003. So yeah, I get that piece. That's why I say you talk about 2003, I'm with you. But if you talk about 18 and 20, no, bro, we did that. I don't know why people think that a country doesn't have a right to defend themselves. If they think they're being, I'm not saying they're being honest, because I don't fuck with Iran. But if they think that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing according to the agreement that's made, and you come out the agreement because you don't like a motherfucker.
And everybody's saying that they violated after 2018. One of the tenets of the agreement is that they would have access to their own money. And once Trump pulled out, they didn't have access to their money, and they're like, well, if I don't have access to my money, then I can do whatever I want now.
And even with that access to their own money, it wasn't a stretch of access. Access that we gave them was so fucking it's like them begging, can I get money for supplies? They had to beg Qatar to give them certain things, and they had to prove they needed it. Like, this shit is crazy. Someone trying to say.
Yeah, that's sweet. You're in the Matrix, brother. You're underwater. All right. Well, welcome, Michael, to the stage. Thanks for jumping in. Cool C. Well, welcome back. I don't know if you've been MIA. I haven't seen you. Again, shout out to Amari on your clubhouse birthday. But yeah, guys, we're talking about Iran. We're talking about JPCOA. We're talking about nuclear weapons. We're also talking about propaganda. We were also talking about the internet being turned on up to 88% in Iran. And that's where we're at. I'll mention Trump is building an octagon-style arena at the White House because he wants to watch a UFC fight for his 80th birthday. Can't make this shit up. Go ahead. Whoever wants to speak, the mic is up.
I don't really have a problem with UFC fighting. I mean, past presidents had events at the White House. I mean, didn't they do a little league? What was it? Little kid. Whatever. I need to look it up.
Cook up.
What is it like a sphere, like in Vegas? Is that what he building?
It's an octagon style. Yeah, have fun. Obama had DJ D Nice, my brother, so shout out to that.
Did he build an auditorium for DJ Nice?
He did not. He did not.
Okay.
Yeah, but they called it hosting a hip hop party at the White House. So
yeah, it's one thing to put up a tent and then tear it down. Hey, everybody like a good fight every now and then, but damn, he building a whole YouTube auditorium over there.
I think it's just a collapsible stadium like they do in concerts.
Okay.
Not collapsible stadium, but collapsible stage.
Coachella style.
WWE does it all the time. It's pretty much like pack and play.
I mean, some people just not gonna see the good in it, and they have that right not to see it. So, and then others, it's just like, well, it's just an event, and this is how how we're celebrating the 250th anniversary. Isn't that correct? That's the reason why it's being done, no?
His birthday, his 80th birthday. He wants to see a UFC fight.
Yeah, follow me on it's shady.
But I thought it was.
I thought it was the letter to Boston.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought it was
A combination. Oh, there's not necessarily a good, but the good points that Patty was making in regards to saying, hey, other presidents have done this and so on. That part.
Well, I think the good thing is that they're not charging, and that service members and veterans will be able to go and see the fight for free. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, but they're only giving away so many tickets. Most of those tickets are going to corporate.
What's the capacity for the stadium?
I don't know. But there's only so many tickets being given to veterans. Supposedly, most of those tickets are, it's a lot of corporate people who are going to be there, influence people that make money.
Can I get a ticket from Ticketmaster?
Yeah, lottery.
Looks like
That already happened. Will they take crypto? Bitcoin?
What's happening? You act like we work for them or something. What's on there?
Trying to understand, if I can get in, see what my schedule look like.
Well, how will we know?
I don't know. I'm asking for a report. Divine was reading the report. I thought maybe they get some details.
If you wanna know, you gotta ask Trent because he knows somebody.
That's a fact.
What's his
But Trent is taking a break, so.
Gotta get another source. When Trent is on break.
I saw today, I don't know when it was, but I just saw it. It came across my LinkedIn feed. I saw a dude sued a black directory of doctors.
I saw that same one.
Yeah. So there's a directory of black doctors for black patients, and a guy sued it for discrimination.
Our ancestors, boy, they done got sued to death back in the pre-integration days. What the hell y'all doing? You ain't letting no white folks over there. Hold up, man. This is old. We had to do this because we couldn't get in.
Exactly. Well, and you're in the Matrix again. And the point the person was making in the post is that like when a man has a problem with his urethra, he wants to see a male doctor. When a woman gets a pap smear, she wants to see a female doctor. So what's different about a black person who wants to see a black doctor when you've got cultural things and actual physiological differences that other doctors don't understand? Plus, and I didn't realize this, it's still taught that black people don't feel pain the way that other people do. And I knew that was a case in the 2010s because I have a friend who's a doctor and she graduated around 2010 and they were still teaching that. I didn't realize they were still teaching it now.
Do they actually say that in the class?
Yep. Like in a different way, but yes.
Yeah. Sweet.
Again. You're underwater, brother. Go back to the Starbucks.
Y'all hear me better now?
Yeah.
All right.
No.
This is society we live in. You can't hear me regardless, firstly, I understand. But yeah, so you can't be a part of our society. Now you develop all your own abilities to do everything, and then now you're gonna get sued because you got your people looking at your people. That's wild. Welcome to 2026 in America.
Anyway, so that's that. What's next? Devon.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
said you off from work. You're not out there, so I don't know what's going on. Are you playing video games? What's happening?
I got a house full of babies, you already know, but we all right. Yeah.
Divine, got you back there?
All the grands are here, but we got help because my oldest grand, she's old enough to help out a lot. I know this is good. You know, when we had my son late, and so he was a good deterrent for my daughters for having kids too soon, and so now my granddaughter's helping with her youngest cousin. I need Britt to explain that. It's first removed or however that works. But anyway.
Please don't do that to me. Don't do that. Don't do that.
My brain, I'm with you, First Lady. My brain just never. Yeah, I can't. They're cousins. But it's a good deterrent for her because she's 13 now. And so she's helping with the youngest. And she be getting frustrated. I'm like, yeah, it's a good deterrent for you. It's not easy. Not easy. I'm an advocate of making babies, but you know, it's not an easy thing to bring a child into this world, in the words of my mother. But yeah, we doing good, First Lady. It's cloudy. I don't understand what's going on. It's a nice day, but it's like they just hiding the sun. That's a whole nother discussion. They hiding the sun from us. I'm getting tired of this. If it ain't raining, it's cloudy. Like, can we just get a nice sunny day?
God says stop complaining and be grateful for the day that you are being spared. So if you want sunny days, you just say, you know, Lord, I thank you for that. That gray sure is gray in the day. Could use a little yellow in there. You know, that's how you gotta speak to the universe.
Any day above ground is a good day, right? That's what they say.
The sun's coming, Divine.
There you go.
It's coming out, Divine.
It's coming. It's gonna come.
The last thing they did, everybody acting a fool, so is y'all punishing for that?
But no, seriously, June gloom been around for a long time. I know it ain't quite June yet, but June gloom has been a thing for a minute. So it's part of the natural flow of things.
Well, June's gonna be a good year this year, baby, because it's about to take the motherfucking championship.
Oh, it's gonna be shining in New York for the whole 365 days. It's been a long time coming. Sam Cooke.
I mean, I just want to know, are y'all going to be safe? Is this going to be okay?
Look, they don't gotta know.
I don't care what happens, as long as we motherfucking win the championship. I can take my last breath that night.
They gonna
take my last breath, I'll be happy.
Tearing New York up, what?
No, I don't think it's gonna get violent. I think it's gonna be, it's gonna just enhance the camaraderie that you already see. There's been one or two incidents outside the Garden. Nobody's gonna die. I don't think the people are gonna tear up the city or burn cars. And I don't think New York is that.
Divine, they had 10 people on the billboard last night.
Divine.
The other day.
Divine.
Yeah, they were outside.
That was an illusion.
Divine. They've never won and been to the championship in a long time, bro. They got a lot of pent-up energy. It starts off
I don't think it's not going to get negative, though. I think it's just going to be a plus. We need this. We haven't had
jumping around and
yeah, I don't think. I'm staying positive. Again, I think it's going to be a good thing for the city. People are going to be happy. I don't see destruction. And there's not enough police.
Divine, check the link in the chat, Divine. We got a new theme song.
But speaking from a city that wins championships all the time, LA, it starts out exuberant, alcohol, elation, and it just gets out of control. It's not so much the spirit of destroying stuff, but you just lose control. So I'm just looking at, it's been a long time, man. That's a lot of pent up energy. So I pray pray it go well.
Did he just church you? I mean,
Huh?
I'm from a state where, we had a church
No, stay in the city.
all the time.
Yeah, I'm just talking from experience.
So, like, I'm just gonna throw my hair behind my ear.
I'm just saying, whether it be the Dodgers, whether it be the Rams, whether it be the Lakers, I'm just saying it's a city that everybody think, oh, they just tearing up stuff. It starts off with excitement and exuberance, and folks just, the pent up time and frustration and gas prices. I just pray New York keep it all, under control. That's all. I pray.
Fine. It's gonna get rowdy, but I don't think it's gonna get violent. I'm gonna put that into the universe. We're gonna celebrate. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have a parade. Like I remember a certain chat. Y'all know I'm old. I remember in '86. Was it the Mets Haitian? BWA, was it 86?
I was 5 in 86, man.
Oh, damn.
I don't know.
Oh, God, yeah. I believe that's one in 86.
I went to the Giants parade when the Giants won.
Exactly. When the Giants won. And it's never been nothing too crazy. I mean, we're New Yorkers. Yes, we have the wildest fans. But I think other cities be ODing. The cars on fire and all. I don't think we're going to have that. I really don't. New York, we love our city. We're not going to destroy it. Oh, yeah, it was Mets. Thank you, Spirit Tools. I remember we all went out of school.
Remember, they never got a story for the Yankees parades either.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So,
you get more incidents at the you get more incidents at the St. Patty's Day parade than anything else.
I would tell from Bonnie to tell everybody, stay indoors as much as possible, and don't get caught up in all that.
We gonna be
Don't
outside.
destroy your grocery store.
He's gonna be outside.
Y'all better sit y'all happy asses down somewhere.
Whoa. Come on now. Come on. Don't start that.
Lisa, we did last night.
Fuck that. Y'all better sit down. The hell? Huh? What?
hey, First Lady, can I play off this link real quick? Hey, can I play the link real quick? You got these.
Although very erudite and literate, fails to read the chat comments. So it's really hard to hear you.
Because the fatty's out for a walk.
I don't see a comment from you.
Well, that's because it was 4 hours ago.
Oh. We can't know we can't know you were communicating in these cryptic
Bro,
ways.
I'm dinging for my life, derisive.
Okay, well, I'll know that in the
that's the
future
only
that that's what the
way-
dinging means.
But
Sorry, I wasn't here to translate
I wasn't here either, I'm sorry.
Moving
Usually
forward, I will pay more attention to the chat marker. Moving forward, when you were on mute.
and then BB
Everyone
came
give
in,
her a heart.
and I wanted to hear BB, and he couldn't get in because Kevin was in a deep ISO with. Who were you wrangling with this morning,
No,
Kevin?
it was
Maybe Nav.
Daniel.
Nav,
Nav, Naveen, for sure.
Yeah.
And Danelle afterwards.
And my repeated requests to share the mic were again dismissed callously.
In my defense, BB is illiterate. In my defense, BB is
No,
actually
that's not
illiterate.
fair. Scroll way up.
Okay, so
Way
BB can't read.
up.
BB can't read.
Right. That's not true.
I was in a room with him where he was trying to read something and he was unable to engage in basic comprehension of what was being written. I was actually shocked. It was one of the more interesting moments I've had where somebody's reading something and then they're telling me that the thing says a thing that it doesn't. So I don't think I'll be engaging with BB, and if I see him, I will be calling him an idiot.
Well,
Chill
you'll
on
get
that.
moved down.
Be
Because
nice.
just like when Zach got moved down for spiraling a bed,
Other Zach.
other Zach. And then when he rejoined the stage, it was better. So,
So on a slightly, sorry, Monica, are you done?
I'm done enough.
Okay. On
On a slightly different topic, but since we kind of bring up the chat, I put a link in the chat to something else that's somewhat related, but a totally different subject. And we don't have to talk about it, but I'm curious, Derisive, if anyone has heard of this guy who's being medically kidnapped, so to speak, in Canada, which is an interesting
I
topic.
saw a news article about a girl who was raped and she got no justice. So she petitioned the government for her to kill herself, and they agreed because it's much more fair that a victim of assault should just die than have the assaulters held accountable. It's very frustrating.
I think it's frustrating that half the time when I look up these cases, they're being misrepresented.
Well, why don't I help you, and I will find the post that I saw so we can even say anything close.
Please, Nugget. I was actually just about to look it up and I can't find anything.
Wait,
Please.
the other post that you guys were just talking about, was it the young guy who was pulled over by the police?
That one.
Yeah. I don't know what I didn't see what you put in the chat. Did you put it in the chat?
Yeah, it should be the last message in the chat behind a couple of reactions. But yeah, it is.
Okay. Because I've seen two different things. One where it seems like he really has mental issues, but maybe he doesn't.
Right. Yeah. I'm sure there is more to the story.
Yes.
That's why I'm not putting forth a strong opinion one way or another, but it does seem a little strange the way it's being told. So I'm curious if anyone knows anything else.
What I heard was that his parents wanted him to be detained, and he had written, it was also like conspiracy theory stuff that he was writing, that he thought that got him fired or something. It was all like his physics paper.
Okay.
But I have to read the article that you have.
Right, but what you're saying is that there probably is more to the story.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I assume.
And I don't know, he was like a good-looking guy,
That
and
guy.
the way he handled the interaction with the police, he was calm, so it appears like everything is on the cops.
Hello!
About the Chinese government, so of course they're like, well, that's why. But he also had a saying that the traffic. There was some guy he was accusing of being a cyber terrorist. He claims he ran him out of Toronto, and then the traffic in major cities, was almost down to nothing because of this guy.
The light bringer has here. In the name of Jesus! In the name of Jesus, I rebuke you.
Like I said, the news presented it like cops just pulled it,
In the name of Jesus.
Just, decided that
What is in the name of Jesus?
needed to go away just from seeing him in a
Do not
crowd,
talk
and that's
in this
not what
manner.
happened. But he was saying a lot of strange things that the parents were very concerned
Alright, let's get to the point.
In the name of Jesus.
Without religion, the idea of Satan ceases to exist.
Suspected there might be something more to the story.
Really?
Yes, it was very egregious by the look of it at face value.
Yeah, you can just go to his Twitter account. You can see all the weird stuff he was saying about the traffic and this guy he named as a cyber terrorist, which I didn't look up the guy. I don't know who it is. If it's somebody popular or something.
In the name of Jesus, I rebuke you.
In the name of God.
In psychology school,
What are you, Jewish?
it's hella easier to convince people you're crazy than it is to convince them you're sane.
You angry. I'm happy. Leave me alone. You angry. I'm happy. I can't argue with you.
So true.
How come?
You angry. I'm happy. I can't argue with
I'm
you.
minding my own business. What's your point?
You you angry?
I'm just trying to do it.
I'm happy. Leave me alone. I'm happy. You angry.
Hey, Brian, what's up, backup?
Leave me alone. You angry. I'm happy.
How long have you been a Jew?
I don't know. I'm just thinking about like convincing someone you're crazy like, to get out of a fight. Like, you want
Crazy means variety.
what the crazy eyes?
Yeah, I'm a curious. I'm bored.
This is my form of crying.
You angry. I'm
My
happy.
son is legendary. We had Mozart, Beethoven. We had Galileo Galilei.
Galilean princess.
Don't raise your eye. It's only teenage waste.
What? Do not speak of my brother. In such
Yeah, I'm
manner.
reading that
You
story, Zach, and I guess for me the most influential thing in that story would be what are his parents saying?
Yeah, what is his parents saying? Can you please
Yeah,
elaborate?
it's not like this doctor just said, oh, this guy I didn't know anything about looks peculiar. He had his eyes on him.
That was the best
Yeah,
picture.
I'm sure the most likely thing is that there's more to it that obviously this guy is not forthcoming about.
Yeah, obviously. So just because you're
Right.
stating the obvious.
He just wants to be.
Yeah, right.
Well, he also believed the stuff that he believes is like on the Twitter. He's like, I can't believe nobody's noticing these
You
traffic
know patterns. shit, Sherlock.
You know,
What's your
and he's
point?
thinking like,
You
LA,
dumb
New York,
bitch.
Toronto, like all of a sudden traffic is down to nothing when it should be very busy. I didn't look at the timestamps. Like one he said was the middle
Of
of
course you
rush
didn't.
hour. And it
Because
was
you're a dumb
almost
bitch.
8 o'clock. California, if that was the correct stamp. I don't know. It was just weird. He thinks like they see that. He obviously thinks that
Of
stuff
course
is
it's weird.
going on.
You didn't look at the
Maybe
basic
else looking at it
timestamps.
says,
You fucking dumb
there's,
bitch.
you know, something's wrong here.
Exactly.
Devil's advocate or benefit of the doubt.
Obviously, something is wrong. Obviously, man.
But that's why I said you have to timestamp is accurate to where he was claiming the pattern was anyway.
Hello?
Impossible.
But he's claiming that this guy, who was a cyber terrorist, was the cause of these, of influencing traffic throughout at least two different countries.
Hello?
I mean, I guess so. I don't know anything about these things that you're like what his claims were. I didn't read enough into it yet. I know I heard about this morning. Funny enough, but now I haven't. But I guess my point is that just because he has crazy theories and ideas, what part of that necessarily makes him a danger to himself or others?
Well, I mean, like I said, his parents were the ones who were concerned, so presumably they had more information. But I think from an outsider, you could see more was going on, and it wasn't like I said, just this.
Hello?
Oh, that guy looks like he's acting.
Hello?
In a diner. That's not weird.
Hello?
Oh, yeah.
Hello?
Parents.
Hello? Hello?
This guy, you know,
Hello?
certified, they call.
Hello, Alistair.
Yeah, there was more.
Hello, Alistair.
I suppose it's possible it could be both. Both things could be.
Yeah.
Alistair, here comes. God is coming for you.
From the New York Post from March.
He's coming with full force.
Of course, like I said, the fact that he happened to also be talking about Chinese government, so this is why people are like, oh no, he was definitely taken out because he was no stuff, you know. So it's all adding to a big conspiracy.
Okay.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Reading the X post, Monica.
And
You
he's
thought
good
you read
looking,
me.
which of course
I'm
that
checking
affects people's idea of what this doesn't look like a crazy person. He's this good looking, you know, grad student.
Thank you.
I'm checking now to see if the 3 men were held accountable.
Hello.
I might have got that part of the story wrong.
Alistair, the greatest
Guess
gaylord
what?
of
3
all
men
time.
were held accountable.
The 3 men that raped me.
The gaylord, Alistair.
And
I accidentally
I'm here.
refresh when I was
And
on
I
the
love.
post, and now I'm on a post
Purple.
next where
As
they're
he
trying to
loves
drink
me.
a champagne bottle.
Upon my death, the world shall know.
And Zach
Upon
also
my
with
death,
all these
the the wrath of God
quote unquote
shall be spread around you.
science stuff.
Fucking
You know,
loser.
it's getting lumped in with that sort of.
I really don't care about your opinion.
Has anyone ever savored a champagne bottle?
Of course they have, you dumb bitch.
Like when you savor it with you take a,
Oh.
score it? Yeah.
I've tried
Done
it.
it?
I've never done it, never tried it, kind of curious.
My success is inevitable. My death is also inevitable.
I feel like it's difficult.
It's yet to come.
Yeah, well, I don't, you said you had to score it ahead of time?
I think you're supposed to, I don't know, are you?
Well, I didn't, so that could be why I didn't.
Okay, yeah, maybe you're supposed to score it with a knife or something.
Probably.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Because mine did not do anything. It didn't break, it didn't, it was at least...
Well, actually, that sounds like a good idea. I think I might try that. And in the future, you know, do it. Score it first. Who's got a knife or cheese or something? Score it first.
Alistair, man.
That might be worth it. In that way, it
Let's
makes
have a
you look
conversation. Interrupt this dumb bitch for a second, man. What's wrong with you? The fuck? Bro, you... Come on, man.
She didn't report it to the police, so they're out there still.
So what? I didn't do shit. I said go this for everyone, and Lucifer don't
So
exist.
here's what I just
What
want
can
to
you ask me?
do. So it says chill the bottle thoroughly, remove the foil and cage, locate the seam, everyone bottle seam, angle correctly, and strike. It doesn't say.
Let me see. Is there a seam on this champagne bottle?
I am so sorry.
Yes, there is. Yes, there is. Right there. Okay, so I guess I would take a knife. I'm not going to do it right now. I would take a knife and I didn't just slide it across the seam. I don't know.
That's the target line is the seam, but it doesn't say you score it. You're supposed to score it beforehand, but if that's where you hit it. That's supposed to.
I wonder if you're supposed to makes it easier though.
Angle at 45-degree angle.
45-degree angle.
Ching. Dedicated
There you go.
champagne savers.
I'm gonna buy some cheap champagne. I'm gonna practice.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna practice this.
Slide with confidence.
I'm so sorry, Monica. I didn't realize champagne would be more interesting to these people than real pain.
Yo, he was dying to make that joke, bro. He's like, I'm gonna get it in. Get it in now.
That is what she said.
Literally. Ew.
Whoa, you're not in Canada.
Hello?
Whoa.
Not listen, Canada. I wouldn't need a robe. I just fucking go outside.
Right, I just go to the doctor.
Tim Hortons, my uncle Tim Hortons.
Hell, that's Starbucks for us.
Yeah.
Can you make me a Starbucks, please?
I'm not making this.
Oh, darn. I hate it when that happens.
I'm a little bit Monica, what do you think this story that you brought up of incident, say story of Noella Castillo, what do you think it illustrates?
Hello?
Monica didn't even hear my joke. I was so upset. Oh, okay, good.
Hello?
Okay, what did she put it? We failed her. Society failed her.
It's a
Hello?
situation, but I'm also not sure if the narrative alongside it is really justified, especially based on what I originally was.
Hello?
Incident.
Hello?
I remember. Instead of literally, can we say clitorally?
I think we went from the original thing was there was a woman, she was gang raped. Rather than putting the perpetrators in jail, we offered her assisted suicide, and then looking into the story, she was raped multiple times on separate instances, didn't report it. Obviously horrible, horrible, horrible. She then tried to kill herself. She jumped off a building. This left her paralyzed with neurological damage and chronic pain.
Like the black,
and because of these
like the
conditions,
Spider-Man black outfit.
the
Black Spider-Man, yeah.
Yeah, the black
Now-
that's a
Now,
cool story.
is it horrible that this woman was raped and tried to kill herself?
It's the symbiote, isn't it?
Is it like your negative person, your shadow person? Like, how do we know? Like, how do you relate to?
No, it's
His angry face.
no. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's like the It's a symbiote.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, like, the sinner point of view, basically.
No,
Can
it's
you
a
name all the
fucking.
symbiotes?
No, I can't.
Oh, the symbiotes have a huge lore. I recommend
You've
that
got
movie, by the way.
Carnage. You've got Toxin.
So once you reach,
Fucking Albedo.
I think the symbiotes also have their own separate symbiote god who like pre-existed the universe and created them as part of the Void or something.
Like Krell or something.
Yeah, basically, when you're mean, that means you're a black spider. That's what it means. You have to connect back to that. You have to be the true Spider-Man. That's what I'm.
Is that what Muhammad is, a Spider-Man? I think in the Islamic faith, Muhammad is definitely a Spider-Man.
The Spider-Man costume when he had the new suit was impressive. That was a cool new design.
Guys, you have to respect the art, you know. You have to respect the cosmos. You have to respect all these fans, you know. You have to respect all of you guys. This is art, you know. That's fun, you know. We don't have to make it.
This is what Andrew does with Frenchie and Bob. They create art every day here on Clubhouse. It is amazing, brother. No, Andrew does art. This is all an art project. You would never know that the man who can't even change his PTR is actually an artist. Zayad, do you have 2 ears or 1 mouth? Or 2 mouths and 1 ear? Which one is it, Habibi? This is an art project. Every Clubhouse room is an art project. Every art room is an art project.
It's John Kitover. It's the motherfucker that ran for Congress. Oh, kick him out.
Kick him out. Kick him out. You guys,
I came to this room.
listen. I came to this room to make fun of Andrew again. Because what Andrew does is not art. It's actually retardation. It's brain rot. You know? That's what Andrew does every day. He'd be better off reading a book. But some people can't read a book anymore. Have you read a book, Zayad? When was the last time you read a book? Was it the Quran? Was it the Quran?
This guy's a retard.
You're a retard. You're a retard. Don't call me a retard and not expect to also be called a retard. That's a retard projection. You are projecting your retardation onto me. You are the retard. My message is that Andrew has brain rot. He should just play the Bible on replay, like audiobook, because these rooms are a waste of time. And everything that everybody says is just retarded. Jason, you called me a retarded, and I am explaining myself with my message. I am the messenger. I am the new messenger. Habibi, I am the new messenger, like your prophet. Hey, wallah. Let's not engage with Jason. He is the non-playable character, you know? Do you know what this non-playable character is?
Tell me.
It's basically like there's no ghost in the machine, you know? They're just walking around like they're barely alive.
He's a human being, bro. He's like living without.
Yes, man, I'm a human being. And when you prick me, I bleed. And when you call me a retard, I call you a retard. Habibi. Oh, great, we got Frenchie, the Clubhouse Karen. Frenchie, the Clubhouse Karen. What's your problem, Karen? What's your fucking problem, man? You're gonna call the police on me if I don't put my dog back on the leash?
Thank God.
Thank God. No, he's a toad, bro. He's a toad.
fool, man. He has no respect to all of you guys.
Exactly. No respect at all. I give no respect at all. You know how Rodney Dangerfield used to say, I don't get no respect at all. Well, I reverse that. I don't give no respect at all. Woo, we got him good. We got him real good.
Thank God for your room. Thank God.
Thank God for your room. Hello!
Speak everything, you know, we can
Hello!
be happy together.
Hello!
Hello! Compared to a lot of rooms, it's not perfect, but compared to a lot of rooms, it's less chaotic.
Amazing, you guys. I can write thesis about that.
I could write a thesis, a statement about what you are doing. Unbelievable work. The hard work that your room is doing.
But I had to say that. Because your room actually works.
Your room is amazing, Habibi. It's so good, brother. What you're doing is so good. It's so good.
Yo, what's the topic?
Mostly movies.
I have a little top tip for you.
Guys,
you want Moms to write you up, don't call them Karens if you're obnoxious.
Guys,
if you just knock them out,
the US, right?
so maybe next time you'll remember.
Yeah, me chills, I
Guys, you're from the US, right?
Mostly.
You live with not. Mostly, maybe UK and US.
To save me room of people.
Zion.
Can I ask you a question? Would you change your life to go somewhere else? To live somewhere else?
I did.
He was taking a very low dose of Klonopin. And so I take Klonopin and have for 30 years or something. But it's a very low dose. Anyway, he already had some issues.
What's your nickname? Low Dose. They call me Low Dose.
He has not been on a no benzos, since 2020.
Hello?
And that was the first time he went to the hospital.
Hello?
If you recall. Okay, so.
Hello?
Is, and it's very sad.
Hello?
Is he had.
Hello?
They call it soon to be.
Hello?
A brain injury. I'm sorry.
Hello? Have you ever wondered, why am I watching this live stream right now? What's wrong with me? Why am I looking at this guy's live stream right now? What's wrong with me? Hello?
Since it's been, 5, 6 years.
Hello?
He's been down for, a year and a half now. So, yeah, so he had, there was also, they're also saying that he had mold in his house. Oh, it was his diet.
Hello? 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 Is it me you're looking for? And I see you in my eye. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yeah, definitely y'all should watch Harris Faulkner. Black women in the audience, the goo. She comes on, I think, 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, but 9 o'clock if you're on the West Coast. Harris Faulkner is one of the classiest black conservative women that you will ever see on TV. People like Sweet might not like her because she's married a Jew, but that's because he has problems with the Jewish people. No, just about the lead stage, you say people like Sweet. Yeah, like
Just what you say?
I am the charioteer of the east, Lord of the past and of the future.
Not because he was a blacked out drug addict.
Yeah, well, him being a quack is distinct.
I see by mine
I don't think he's like a drug addict or whatever. It seems like he got chemically, he developed a physical dependence to a extremely addictive drug. I don't blame him for that.
It's okay, Kevin. I understand what you did. You were very flippant, and I get.
Yeah, I was trolling a little bit. I'll say like oh yeah, he's addicted to benzos.
Honestly, a lot of people apparently, I don't even know who this Jordan Peterson person, never heard of him.
Oh my god, you're so lucky. Oh my god.
Yeah, no, I actually consider myself very lucky, especially right now, how many people would I guess, root for this man who probably doesn't care about him.
You know, he's a quack.
Monica kicked him!
He's a brilliant professor, and he has changed lives all over the world.
That's fabulous.
All over the world.
So
Okay. I'm not on the Jordan Peterson bandwagon like most of the people in this room. Quite honestly, I don't really feel strongly about him one way or the other. I think he has some good stuff, and I think he has some meritless stuff.
Hello?
The irony in you talking about people misrepresenting stories, and then you misrepresenting something that you didn't know jack all shit about. The irony is just unbelievable.
There's
Hello?
Me making an offhand comment about Jordan Peterson as to not make any sort of point, which is kind of an trolling there, versus when we're having an extended back and forth about a specific topic and we're engaged in kind of like an actual policy debate and the examples were being brought up. Like if we were having a debate about Jordan Peterson and which of his ideas are worth any merit, I'm not going to use him developing a dependency to benzos as like an example of why we shouldn't listen to him. That would be a really dumb argument.
But that's exactly what you did.
That's not what I did. Me saying he is a quack and he was addicted to benzos is kind of like a troll versus is not the same as me saying he's a quack because he's addicted to benzos. That's a different statement.
Okay.
Like somebody could be a bad person, or I'm not saying Jordan Peterson is a bad person, but somebody could
nice
be a bad.
justification. I appreciate it.
Okay. It's not an attempt. It's a very valid thing. I mean, this is like you don't like the way I misrepresent the stories about assisted suicide. Therefore, I'm going to call back.
Hello.
I didn't misrepresent any stories about assisted suicide. I gave you the facts that I had, the same way that you furnished the facts that you had, whether they were right, wrong, or indifferent. It's the exact same situation. I didn't misrepresent anything. I gave you the information that I pulled as I was looking at it on Grok. Okay? I didn't misrepresent.
I'm saying facts were frequently omitted. Facts were frequently omitted from the specific cases of assisted suicide as to make them appear worse than they were.
And that's true. That's what that just happened in this room. You cannot deny that. That's actually what happened.
And that's actually exactly what Kevin just did with JP.
I feel like
it was.
Those two things have two different temperatures. You know what I'm saying? One was like
Hello?
a jab.
Don't you dare insult Jordan Peterson. Don't even think about it. Hello?
Apparently from a conversation earlier, I couldn't speak to the context of which the Jordan Peterson.
That was from earlier. I guess.
Yeah, she put a Jordan Peterson like in the chat, and I made it.
Yeah,
I
it
made a
just
joke
it was
about him being
very
addicted to
lighthearted, and then eventually, pretty much it took this turn. I'll be honest. That's how it seems to me from being outside the club.
I'm not ideologically motivated towards thinking Jordan Peterson is a benzos addict. Like I said, him being a quack, totally distinct from his
Kevin,
dependency
you
on
have a
benzos.
very bad habit of repeating yourself 5 times.
Well, I feel like I'm not being heard. I feel like I'm not being heard.
We got you.
Sounds like you have a thought. Let's hear it.
Yeah.
I think you guys are homosexuals.
Thank you.
Of course you love.
That was a thought. And do you think about homosexuals all day long?
Sometimes when I'm around you guys, I think about it.
And tell me what those thoughts are when you're around us. You think about homosexuals.
Well, you keep talking about Woody Allen and pickles, so you guys.
Woody Allen's not a homosexual, and pickles aren't homosexual.
Wait, Woody Allen?
I don't think so.
Okay, what is he?
He's a non-homosexual.
Is he a pedophile?
Why would he be a pedophile? What is that?
I don't know why he'd be a pedophile. I can't relate.
Well, why did you get it? So far your topics are homosexuality and pedophilia. You're
Hello?
Well, you brought up Woody Allen and pickles, so you got me like.
Well, I said you were in a pickle, but you didn't understand what that meant.
What has Woody Allen got to do with pedophilia?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Nothing.
That's nothing. So why did you bring it up?
Thought he was, but I guess
not. Why did you bring it up?
Why do you think that?
Because you guys got me thinking about pedophiles.
Hello? Hello?
We got you.
Well, weren't you guys talking about Israel?
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, we were.
That got me thinking.
We're talking about genocide. So tell us about Israel and pedophiles. I want to hear.
Nah, it's okay.
Hello? Oh, I just wanted to say, like, you know, people who think about a small, tiny country with just a little over 10 million people all day long and do all this ad hominem projection, it could be a you problem. Just consider it. Because I don't hear you talking about India. I don't hear you talking about China, which has over 2.4 billion people, approaching 3 billion people. So if you just project onto a small, little, tiny country with just 10 million people, well, could be, do you think it's a category error? Could be just be a category error, not an ad hominem projection.
Guys, it's just a small little country.
Because there's lots of people on here making claims about that small country, and I'd like to know what evidence they have for such claims.
But yeah, why are you so focused on such a small little country?
Well, I'll answer that.
That didn't answer the question. That didn't
Now, what's the proof?
John just said.
What's the proof? Well, you need to answer first. Where's your proof? Like BB's guilty of genocide.
It's in the pudding.
I want to speak to you in a serious manner.
Rubenchik, imagine being in college and your professor's like, all right, well, let's see your senior thesis that you've been working on for the past 6 months, and you just hand him like a box of JELLO, and you're like, he's like, what is this? And you're like, it's in the pudding. And he's like, all right, well, you're getting an F, and I guess you're not graduating from this institution. And then you end up on Clubhouse for years talking to Christians and making fun of them to make yourself feel better about the fact that you don't like to read books.
Yeah.
We are cooking!
What answer do you have for that?
We are cooking!
Oh, not much, I guess.
We are cooking!
I'm doing something else while I talk.
All right, well, keep making your pancakes. Rubenchik, how do you respond to what John said?
I don't need to respond. I'm asking you the question. Why did you click yes and then you came up?
Because you have a poll up at the top.
What's the answer then?
I told you I don't need to talk about it with you.
Okay.
Why? What credentials do you have that require that I give my position to you? What's up?
I'm just asking you the question.
Listen, if you're afraid to share your thoughts, then just hang around and maybe learn a little bit. Maybe you'll have a little bit more confidence.
Okay, go ahead.
If I was as big an asshole as you, I'd keep my mouth shut too. I don't blame you one.
Really? Then how come you're not always mute in rooms then?
Because I'm not an asshole like you.
Oh, that's not what the consensus says.
Oh, where's that written?
Oh, it has to be written.
Well, you said says. Where is it spoken?
It's spoken in multiple rooms.
I'm ready. Tell me which one.
El Normo, it might be a bit much to call him an asshole. I wouldn't really put him in that category. I would put him in the category of someone who likes to have fun, but yet really he's missing the real fun, which is to be, cast in a position of great brilliance. And, it's who are we to judge someone who comes on this app and just doesn't really say much? Because maybe they've got a lot of stuff in their background that would be, really entertaining and enjoyable for this shared experience. And, I just like to thank Rubenchik, for putting Glory to Israel in the title, because too many people on this app project onto Jews and Israel and Donald Trump their own inferiority and their own self-esteem issues and all their ad hominem projection that they can think of, because they're not really doing any work here. This isn't like they're studying a book, right? They're not actually learning anything. There's no knowledge being created or transferred here. This app is purely entertainment and nothing more. And if you think it's more than that, well, then I hate to break the bad news to you. It's not more than that. Because only in a book will you actually find knowledge and information that is valuable. This app is a toxic cesspool of sludge. And I just like to come around and stir the pot sometimes, take a whiff, see if it's, ripe yet for a taste.
Yeah, take a ripper, exhale, stir the pot again.
Thanks, Jim. Now, have you got an answer, Honey Badger, or not?
For what?
Do you know that? Can you? I'd like you to prove that Bibi's guilty of genocide.
Oh yeah, I can, but I don't want to right now. I feel like it.
Why not?
Well, why should I?
Because I've asked.
Like I asked you, what are your credentials? Like, who are you?
I don't think so, buddy.
Are you an attorney?
Just a guy.
Just another dude.
No, not at all. That's why I'm not good at demands.
Well, because you're not afraid of him.
That's right.
So if you were afraid of him, then you'd explain yourself.
Yeah, if he was more like Yahweh.
I think what you said, and I think about
He's more like a scary daddy,
You have a scary daddy?
If he was more like a scary daddy.
No, scary daddy ain't scary. He's a scary daddy.
No, my parents are nice and cool.
So then, where's the scary daddy in the equation?
Oh, just referring to the guy in your favorite book, is John Ryan.
What's my favorite book?
The Torah.
Is?
Oh, it's
I
like.
thought the Torah was
Was I wrong? Am I wrong about that?
It's not even a book.
Oh, okay. Alright.
I mean, it's hard to be such a dumbass, isn't it? It must be weird to be born with such a lack of brain power.
It is. It's difficult. I have to try really hard to be stupid.
I thought it came naturally to me.
No, it's easy for you. That's the thing. You're good at it. Yeah. See, at least we can agree on that you think it's hard to be stupid.
No, I don't think that. I'm trying to figure you out. You don't really have any.
You imply that it's a lot of work for me.
I beg your pardon?
Didn't you imply that it's a lot of hard work?
Oh, I thought you implied that.
Oh, no, I thought you were saying that it's difficult for me to be an idiot.
No. Yeah. So why are you such an idiot, though, if you know?
Probably because my brain's small and it's kind of.
Yeah, that's not explain.
Same reason as yours.
You had no mine is. Speak for yourself.
But what's your IQ?
So what's up there?
What is it?
It's high.
I mean, but you don't want to tell us the number.
So
You're afraid. You're afraid of the number.
no, but you can tell how high my IQ
Hey,
is.
if you were confident in the number, I think you would just say it, but I don't know.
No, I think it's a little bit. Yeah, I don't like to brag.
It's just high for me to hear.
Well, yeah, you're gonna feel even to do bad.
Just pretend I'm not the room. Tell me.
I have a better idea. Why don't you just leave?
Are you afraid of me now?
No, it's just sort of annoying and ridiculous.
Well, I tried to decide to have you guys just talk it out.
Okay, well, I want a serious conversation here. Okay. I want to really budget you address what he said, that he's, what we have words now about Woody Allen. Yeah. Kind of thing.
Oh, I just said I thought he was kind of poor, and I wasn't impressed.
You said suspect, something like that.
Yeah, he suspected of pedophilia. Didn't he marry his daughter?
Or we never did. It never happened.
He never married his daughter?
Wait, just a minute.
I know he was of age. I think she was barely of age.
In what country was this?
Here, I'll look it up. Hold on a second.
Who performed?
See if I want to know about that.
Who performed the marriage?
Oh, it's false that he married his daughter. Okay, yeah.
He married his marriage. Well, when he married his daughter too, he didn't marry his daughter.
a really dumb thing.
And speaking about Suni Previn, where she was never his daughter, he never lived with Mia Farrow. She was, you know, she was not an adopted. Well, Alan never adopted her. He was never a father figure. You know, he never stayed over in Mia Farrow's house. A friend of his when she was living there.
Her father is Andre Previn.
Andre Previn and Mia Farrow were the ones who adopted. Woody Allen's married to her now. Nothing to do with Woody Allen. Andre Previn, the composer. The claim is that Woody Allen married his daughter. Let's see.
Okay, I was mistaken. I misheard that. You're right. It was just the
Hello?
daughter of his
Hello?
partner from the past. That's what it was.
Yeah, I think you've been reading National Enquirer.
That's cool. A guy in Hollywood that's so connected had to go for some chick that's like the daughter of his partner.
Let's not forget.
Cool. I don't want to be judgy. You know?
Let's not forget that Woody Allen is photographed with Jeffrey Epstein a gazillion times. And if you are friends with Jeffrey Epstein, unfortunately, you now have a scarlet letter on your back. It's just a fact. That means...
Yeah, it's not illegal to party with Jeffrey Epstein.
Excuse me, if somebody is photographed with Epstein, what does that mean?
Yeah, no problem at all.
That means in the court of social justice, you have been found guilty, sadly. In our world, if you are photographed with Jeffrey Epstein like Bill Clinton 100 times, well, you know, there's a chance that you weren't like in, you probably weren't in a library reading books. Yeah, if you were sending emails to the head of Pfizer, you know, and talking about a pandemic with Bill Gates in the Jeffrey Epstein emails, well, I don't think he had anything to do with it.
Going on is here.
Yeah, so if anybody was friends with somebody who was a criminal, what does that make the friend? What they're guilty of?
That's called an associate in a criminal mafia organization.
What are they guilty of, I'm asking?
Associating. So if you go to jail and part of your parole is that you can't associate with other known felons because the state believes you might be involved in criminal conspiracies, that makes you an associate.
Yeah, what's the charge?
Associate, he just told you.
So that's the charge, associate.
Yeah, no one's saying anything, dude. You're just getting too creative here. What are you getting at here?
So that's a charge, a criminal charge. Is it associate?
Why are you still worried
Honey, please. You've never been in a Rubenchik room? These are special rooms. Just be patient.
I'm just trying to figure out why he's still worried about like Epstein now. Like what was brought up that made him so focused on Epstein now?
Well, I don't know if you understand how consciousness...
I'm just replying to what John said.
Yeah, let me explain to you how the brain works. First of all, consciousness is impacted by what you could call spotlight or floodlight. And what I did was I presented a spotlight because you guys were talking about Woody Allen. And so I focused in on his associate, Jeffrey. But if you want to go back to the...
He just hangs out with people like that. It doesn't mean he's a bad guy.
If you want to go back to the spotlight, which is the glory of Israel, we can do that because I've been to Israel multiple times. And I got to tell you, until you jog up and down Tel Aviv Beach, north to south and south to north, and you've seen a beautiful Ashkenazi or Sephardim or a beautiful Mizrahi Jew schwitzing and sweating in the glistening sunset, and then you go back to your 180-degree hotel and you take a shower with a bunch of hot Jews from all around the world, and you have a great time with these beautiful little babies. And then you go smoke hookah and have a little cocktail before your dinner. And then you go have an amazing falafel sandwich. Oh, it's just heaven on earth.
Where's falafel from? Where does it originate?
From Israel. Where was it going to be from?
Oh, it's from Israel. Okay. So it's Jewish food.
It's a sandwich.
Well, it have to be Jewish food.
Yeah. Have you heard of a tomato? Have you heard of a piece of lettuce? and a pickle? Did you know you can put these things together and it's not cultural appropriation? Honey, let me ask you something. What have you done today to deconstruct structural white racism?
I did a bunch of yoga.
And so,
What have you done, John?
when you say yoga, does that mean you unioned with the universe and you realized...
I yoked my mind so I could control the body.
So
And vice versa.
do you think a lot of the people on this app who are social justice warriors, if they were to unionize with God by doing yoga, do you think they would see that their ideological propaganda is just that, ideological propaganda?
Well, when you say God, do you mean, like, what do you mean by that?
I mean that when you do yoga, if you just let your mind go and be free, well, you don't have to have any particular opinions or judgments. You can simply be one with the universe in your breath. And when you stretch and pull your hammies down, because a lot of guys on this app, they got lower back pain and they say, oh, I got slip discs. Well, what you got is a union problem, meaning that you're not breathing. You're not stretching and pulling on those hammies. And thus, you're not in a state of freedom, of liberation, because you got pain in the central nervous system. And you got...
I agree.
Hello?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay, John.
I don't think Normo agrees with that, though.
I'm gonna wait there for the charge. What's the crime? Guilty by association, not a crime. So,
What are you talking about? Why are you so fixated on Epstein?
Okay, do you want to answer?
I didn't bring up Epstein, John. What were you saying, John?
I'm speaking to John.
Yeah, I'm just saying that having had legal problems myself personally, I know that there, in many ways, is no real justice except social media justice, which means that if you can't get them in court or they get you in court, you can still get them on the internet. And a lot, this is why Google reviews is such a big thing to businesses, because if you have one mentally ill customer that wants to fuck with your business, well, that could seriously impact your business. And it's the same thing with Woody Allen. Guilt by association is not an actual verdict in a courtroom, Rubenchik. I don't think you're that, low IQ. I think you may understand that. What I'm saying is, with the Epstein Files release and the mass publication of all those photos of, our great and illustrious producer director, and I love a lot of his films. I think, they're a fun category of films. So, guilt by association, again, is just social justice, that's it. Internet social justice, that's it.
Yeah, now did you get your question answered, Rubenchik?
So there's not guilty of any crime. They're not guilty of any crimes then?
Oh, we don't know. That's unknown.
Yeah, I'm asking John.
Well, obviously, it's not a courtroom, and so your question really has no bearing with regards to this room. And unfortunately, you have to look at the context of your question, and then we can make an adjudication and a determination about my response. Because you're asking a negative in a non-existent reality. All we know is that Jeffrey Epstein was a nefarious motherfucker. And all you have to do is watch the Steve Bannon interview. But the horrible thing about the Bannon-Epstein interview is that you realize that Jeffrey Epstein is probably less of a toxic person than Steve Bannon, who has to be maybe one of the most toxic people to have ever lived.
Okay, can you please refrain from using obscene language, John?
Oh, I'm sorry, what did I say? Hello?
Yeah, she likes me.
Listen to her.
Honey is my husband.
Yep, that's right. One of them.
Baby,
Go ahead. Tell Norma what you think of me, Monica. Go ahead.
No.
Oh Lord, I'm gonna take control of this.
Wait, what? Why'd you boot her?
See, Rubenchik, that's what I was trying to get across, is that in the court of social justice, Revenge kicked me. Now we go in with the Anon.
Asking you, okay? If I bring you up now and you don't have the proof of it, don't accept me bringing you up, okay? Now I know my rooms are pretty boring, and people like a lot of drama and fuss and people speaking on top of one another, okay? But that's not of interest to me. Is there anybody who can prove are you in possession of the evidence that Bibi is guilty of genocide? It's either yes, no, or I don't know. Okay? And when I bring you up, if you start mentioning anything about anybody else, or talking about anything else, or you say you do have the evidence, but you're not going to say it, I'll drop you down again.
Hello? Hello?
Okay. Is there anybody else that would like to come up? Does anybody in the audience have the evidence?
Hi, Rubenchik. I'm pretty sure I got evidence to support the claim that Benjamin Netanyahu is guilty of genocide.
Okay, go on then. Thank you so much.
Well, the first thing you have to accept is that we need to redefine the term genocide, and we have to give it a very, very loose definition. And geno is tied to genetics. So any murder or death or chaos or destruction caused by a bomb or a rifle is complicit in the act of destroying the genetics of a human, and thus any murder is genocide. And thus Benjamin Netanyahu, as well as the October 7th terrorists, are all guilty of genocide.
Okay, so if I kill somebody right now, does that mean I'm guilty of genocide?
Yes.
No.
Yes. You're genocidal.
No, genos is race, people, tribe, nation. It's not a person.
Well,
genocide is anything I don't like. So if you bump me in the subway, that's genocide.
exactly.
Oh, I want to make a prediction. Within
a side eye, genocide. Okay. If your shoelaces are untied, genocide.
within the next 10 years, there will be a UN convention where genocide will be redefined based on a number of deaths. It won't have anything to do with the destruction of whole or in part of a specific group of people based on race, whatever. The current wording.
With the intention of wiping them out.
Yeah.
Just giving you some of the definition.
Well, not wiping them out, just removing them in whole or in part. So wiping out implies whole.
Hello?
The
Hello?
is the squishy part.
Well, that means if you kill two people, then you're guilty of genocide. Even if you've declared a war under the rules of war.
Yeah, let's define part. It's like Bill Clinton defining is.
It really doesn't matter what the action is, right? It has to be, you have to have intent. So even killing one person, right? Let's say killing one person is genocide, right? You would still have to prove the intent. It was the person's intent to kill that person. So what you said, I disagree with you completely.
I left out the word intent, but it's part of the current definition. I gave you 95% of the definition, but left out that one word, so yes. If you add that back in, we're saying the same thing.
Yeah, so, Mr. Rand, have you got anything else to say?
Yeah, I just don't agree with your opinion about intent.
Okay, so you don't think the genocide needs to have intent?
No. Talk to the dodo bird.
That's the integral part of genocide, the intent, that's the word, intent.
It's integral?
purpose to kill people?
Well, I think BB's logic is kill or be killed. And it's good logic.
What do you mean you think?
Well,
That's a new,
I think,
a new accent for you?
I think,
Oh,
therefore,
he's got a lot of great accents.
I
Wait
am-
till you hear his Indian accent. It's the best I've ever heard.
I haven't heard his Indian accent.
You say you have not?
I have not. How come you get it, but I don't?
You have not heard my world famous Indian accent? You know, recently on YouTube, a horrible person from this app, he said a horrible, terrible thing, and he got my community guideline strike. And it was because he said something very, very disgusting and hateful and genocidal. And I hope that this room, you will not, as a moderator, allow anyone to make such horrific violations of hate speech.
Wow. That's a little too anglicized. You gotta tighten it up a little bit. You know, I can't do an Indian accent. But I can recognize a good one.
You put on, Mr. Round, you put on your tefillin the wrong way, by the way, on your other pictures. Yeah. But anyway, intent is, so if you're making a claim of genocide, you have to prove the intent. If you don't have the intent, you can't make a claim of genocide. That's the way it works.
Where do you see tefillin? Oh, other. Yes, just because they're in a list of people who visited specific places.
Just want to say that it's really all the Savta Gilas that make Israel so glorious. A Savta, if you've got a rockin' grandmother who just doesn't seem like the bubby type, maybe the best name for her is Savta. Savta means grandmother in Hebrew. And we think any grandmother who calls herself Savta is kind of, well, a glorious badass. Since Jews have been around over 3,000 years, there are many words of wisdom that are still true today. Here are some funny Jewish sayings and some wise proverbs. A black hen can lay a white egg. Dress up a broom and it will look nice too. All is not butter that comes from a cow. The hat is fine, but the head is too small. You can't sit on two horses with one behind. He has more in his head than in his pocket. Don't live in a town where there are no doctors. If you sleep with dogs, you get up with fleas. Don't give me the honey and spare me the sting. If a girl can't dance, she says the musicians can't play. Thieves and lovers like the dark. With horses, you check the teeth. With a human, you check the brains. Worries go down better with soup than without. Bow wow! If the rich could hire the poor to die for them, the poor would make a very nice living. God gave man 2 ears and 1 mouth, so listen more and talk less. Man plans and God laughs. Even a bear can be taught to dance. If he were twice as smart, he'd be an idiot. He's meditating on whether a flea has a belly button. They are both in love, he with himself and she with herself. Rejoice not at thine enemy's fall, but don't rush to pick him up either. If God lived on earth, people would break his windows. Bow wow! Wow, 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 wow! Bow wow, wow!
I got the vibe that this is a real person that I want to connect with, and I was just hoping I could see.
The #1 selling performance artist of all time,
Take me.
Understanding, and it's okay. That's why I said just
Y'all serious. Y'all crazy, man. That's
again, because I'm like this is.
I don't know why y'all still going back.
Well, I have
two
two degrees. One of them is in business admin, and it is from Kelly School of Business. So, just saying.
Anybody spent $250,000.
Because that's the price.
Milk is never gonna be 200. If that's the case, you
If
go buy you a
everybody
cow.
has $1 million, milk will absolutely be $100K a jug.
You go buy a cow.
Do you think about this, bro?
He doesn't understand how stocks work.
After the stimulus, after all those stimulus checks went out, everything went the fuck up insanely, bro. And that's just off of stimulus. That's off of $1,200.
Nah, it didn't go up, bro. It was coronavirus, bro. Everything was cheap gas.
I really feel like he's rage baiting and just trying to play devil's advocate. So I am. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Listen, man, gas was 99 cents. Just told y'all he had an IEP in the hospital. I don't know why y'all still arguing.
I even repeated it. IEP. Are you serious?
Okay, so what? If I was in a small class, I'm still in. You definitely weren't in a small class.
Small class or in the free class? Fix your leg.
You act like y'all walk past that class like no kids all in there.
It's okay, you're special ed. Wait, are there IEPs in college?
Yeah, they are. They do have them. They do.
Yeah, they do. I was asking. They do.
Yeah, they call them remedial courses.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, but you know, like I said, I own my own company at the end of the day, man. So
There's a lot of people that own companies that are not doing.
Who have a trusting relationship with. That, to me, historically, has been one of the most important relationships for kids and parents. The relationship with your pediatrician. It's one of trust. And in my world, it doesn't exist in the name of profit seeking for the companies that own this practice and efficiency, which has been sold to us as a universal net positive.
Let someone use my kayak. I used a loaner one, like somebody brought, we were with a group, and it was inexpensive and for a reason.
Light, Lord of resurrection, who cometh However they might call thee, thou art still nameless to eternity. Come thou forth, I say, and aid and guard me in this work of art. My object all sublime
Mental.
A needle made of light, threading through the night. I mark the hidden, I sharpen up the dream. The case is cold but clear. I waited long enough here. So let it come around, let the gavel kiss the ground. I want the scales to sing on the edge of everything, to make the punishment fit the crime. You wore the borrowed face, you left no kind of grace. But every lie you spun turns back beneath the sun. I kept the final clue, like a blade inside my shoe. Now every step you take feels like the earth might break. So let it come around, let the gavel kiss the ground. I want the scales to sing on the edge of everything, to make the punishment fit the crime. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I have held on long to the shape of what was lost, to the price, to the cost, to make the punishment fit the
Fucking murder. It's just no kind of abortion.
my object all sublime. I keep it in my mind. A needle made of light, threading through the night. I'm on it in steam. I sharpen up the dream. The case is cold but clean. I've waited long enough here. So let it come around. Let the gavel kiss the ground. I shall achieve in time. You wore the borrowed face, you left no kind of grace, but every lie you spun turns back beneath the sun. I kept the final clue, like a blade inside my shoe. Now every step you take feels like the earth might break. So let it come around, let the gate kiss the ground. On the skids to sing, on the edge of everything, to make the punishment fit the crime. Fit the crime, to make the punishment fit the crime. Fit the crime. My object of supply, I shall achieve in time. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I have held on to the shape of what was lost to the price, to the cost, to make the punishment fit the crime. Fit the crime, to make the punishment fit the crime. Fit the crime. My object of supply, I shall achieve in time.
Women of the Order who are about to become mothers receive all care, attention, and honor from all brethren. 68 special professed houses will be established should they wish to take advantage of them. 69 The Order offers great social advantages to its members, bringing them as it does into constant association with men and women of high rank. 70 The Order offers extraordinary opportunities to its members in their trades, businesses, or professions, aiding them by cooperation, securing them clients or customers. Elevate house! With an inviolable shroud of concealment. 7. The crime of slander, which causes so great a proportion of human misery, is rendered extremely dangerous, if not impossible, within the order by a clause in the obligation of the third degree. brother shall seek constantly to give pleasure to all brethren,
Spend all the
whether by entertainment or conversation, or in any other manner that may suggest itself. It will frequently and naturally arise that love itself springs up between members of the order, for that they have so many and sacred interests in common. Such love, and is to be encouraged. All children of brethren are to be considered as children of the whole order, and to be protected and aided in every way by its members, severally, as by its organization collectively. No distinction is to be made with regard to the conditions surrounding the birth of any child. 15. There is an especially sacred duty which every brother should fulfill with regard to all children, those born without the order included. This duty is to instruct them in the law of the Lima, to teach them independence and freedom of thought and character, and to warn them that servility and cowardice are the most deadly diseases of the human soul. The Showstone, a crystal which Dee alleged to have been brought to him by angels, was then placed upon this table, and the principal result of the ceremonial scrying of Sir Edward Kelly is the obtaining of the following diagrams, plates, viewing. He symbolized the fourth dimensional universe in 2 dimensions as a square, surrounded by 30 concentric circles, whose radii increased in a geometrical proportion. The sides of the square are the 4 great watchtowers, which are attributed to the elements. There is also a black cross, central tablet according to the arrangement shown. Compare the black cross bordering the tablets in plate A with plate B. Read gives the general view. Plate 4 gives the complete attribution of the tablet of air. The 6th file is called Linea Patris. The 7th file is called Linea Filii. The 7th line is called Linea Spiritus Sancti. This great cross divides the tablet into 4 lesser tablets. The left-hand top corner being air of air. The right-hand top corner, water of air. The left-hand bottom corner, earth of air. The remaining corner, fire of air. Each of these lesser tablets contains a Calvary cross of 10 squares. Which governs it? Plates V, VI, and VII are similar for the other element. This is the way in which the names are drawn from the great tablets. Next, the following text is between the points of the pentagram, starting at upper right. The words below are arced in a circle. The letters around the rim are Enochian letters, facing outward in the illustration, including the corner letters facing toward the outer point of each corner. The two overlapping equilateral triangles shown in the interior of the figure are composed of thin, solid lines and somewhat closer in their bases to the top and bottom of the square than shown here. In the illustration, the base angles touch the fourth edge letter from the corner in each instance. A rectangular grid with Enochian letters in the center of the diagram has been adjusted to align with the edge letters of the original illustration. This rectangular
are 7 small devices, 5 squares and 2 circles symmetrically arranged in the pattern of a 7-pointed star with point upward. There is no actual 7-pointed star drawn. These devices are all oriented to be viewed from the center of the figure. Their size is about that of 3-edged divisions vertically and horizontally, and their text would be at right angles to any straight line that might be drawn from the center of the figure. These devices have been represented by the numbers 1 through 7 in the approximation above. They are separately approximated below. Not to scale. Mine is the head of the hawk. Abrahadabra. And ends.
6. I bear the rose and cross of life and light.
Abrahadabra.
Giving the sign at each Abrahadabra.
Remaining in the sign. The invocation concludes.
Therefore I say unto thee, come thou forth and dwell in me, so that every spirit, whether of the firmament, or of the ether, or of the earth, or under the earth, on dry land, or in the water, or whirling air, or of rushing fire, and every spell and scourge of God the Vast One, might be thee.
Abrahadabra. The adoration. Impromptu. Closed by banishing.
I think this was omitted at W's order.
Mine is the head of the man, and my insight is keen as the hawks. By my head I invoke thee.
Hey, I am the only begotten child of my father and mother. My father is dead. My mother bore me with labor and pain and fear. By my body I invoke thee.
About me shine the diamonds of radiance, white and pure. By the brightness I invoke thee.
Mine is the red triangle reverse, the sign given of none save it be of thee. O Lord, by the Lamb and I invoke thee.
3. Mine is the garment of white, sewn of gold, the flashing obey that I wear. By my robe I invoke thee. the beads of pearl. So run I after thee in thy car of glory. By my fingers I invoke thee.
Five, I bear the wand of double power in the voice of the master Abrahadabra. By the word I invoke thee.
Mine are the dark blue waves of music in the song that I made of old to invoke thee.
Strike, strike the master chord, draw, draw the flaming sword crown, child and conquering Lord Horus, avenger. By the song I invoke thee.
6. In my hand is thy sword of revenge, let it strike at thy bidding. By the sword I invoke
The voice of the fight,
the voice of the city.
eleven are the voices, Abrahadabra.
The little soul.
Strike the master chord, draw the flaming sword, crown child. Strike the master chord, draw the flaming sword, crown child and conquering lord, Horus, avenger. O thou of the head of the hawk, thee I invoke.
And every thee I invoke, throughout the whole of the ritual, give the sign of Apophis.
The only begotten child of Osiris thy father, and Isis thy mother, he that was slain, she that bore thee in her womb, flying from the terror of the water. Thee I invoke. Thrones of princes of flashing white, whiter than is forehead of the morning. Thee I invoke. For thou hast formulated thy father, and made fertile thy father. Thee I invoke. Thou whose garment is of the golden glory, with the edge of the birds of sky. Thee I invoke. Who didst avenge the horror of death, thou the slayer of Typhon? Thou who didst lift thine arms, and the dragons of death were as dust. Thou who didst raise thine head, and the crocodile of Nile was abased before thee. Thee I invoke. Thee I invoke. Thou whose menace hideth the universe with night, the impermeable blue. Thee I invoke. Thou who travelest in the boat of Ra, abiding at the helm of the undead boat and of the sea. Thee I invoke. Thee I invoke. Thou who bearest the wand of double power. Now about whose presence is shed the darkness of light, the unfathomable glory of the outmost ether, the untravelled, the unthinkable immensity of space.
person is alive.